So the all-white town of Arkansas has failed.
Hi lovelies, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda Strana. Thank you so much for all the love and support. To my returning subscribers, those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, and also educate each and every one of ours. You guys are the real MVP. I came across this video on my For You and I thought to share. Black Americans are reacting to the fact that the white only town in Arkansas is failing. Like they couldn't cope anymore. And right about now, they are failing. Lovelies. I'm just going to roll the clip. I don't know if you guys still remember the white only town. Please leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We are just here for educational and informative purposes. We're gonna dive into the reason why this white only town failed. Even like they failed upon arrival. Like when I saw this, I was just so marveled. Anyways, let's dive into it, and I'm gonna come back to talk about it.
The all-white town of Arkansas has failed. Oh, we found a fork in the kitchen. Like, we already knew this was gonna happen. They didn't want to move there. They just wanted people to be mad about them moving there. And I was hoping it worked out. I was hoping the whole thing worked out for them so they could all move there. Listen, when they said, hey, let's play some music for you guys, and had to play the banjo, when they said, hey, let's have some food, and it looked like they were eating stale bread, I knew it was over. I knew it was over. I'm gonna tell you the truth. A lot of Caucasians in America love the idea of separating themselves, but they don't love the actual result of it. They don't realize that the wealth that was built and generated within white America was not through their own fruition, but on the backs and through the blood of other groups of people, Native Americans, Black Americans, and XYZ, everything in between. The agriculture built on the backs of natives, Latinos, and Black people. The infrastructure also built by free labor and or cheap labor. There are grants and money received given by the government, the true handout kings. And they don't actually realize every single place that has been all white in history, they don't really realize the fact that it has been destroyed also by them. Before they found other people to oppress and attack, to be honest, all Europeans used to do was just attack each other and be nasty and vile to each other.
Y'all remember that whites only town in Ozark, Arkansas? I've been seeing creators happy and celebrating that the town is no longer thriving. Why? We want them to survive and thrive out there in the Hicks. We want that for them. We don't want them living amongst us. Okay, so since everybody was talking about it, saying that they failed, I had to research for myself because I want them to be okay. So Eric and Peter created this whites only town officially, legally in 2023. They bought like 100 and so acres for their white people to live on. It's called Return to the Land. And so they started moving people onto their land mid 2025, so like around July. And so it's about 40 families living out there. And so they are still thriving and doing well. Okay, they are still going, just under heavy scrutiny. Okay, and so just in case you want to go in and you white and you say, okay, let me purchase a piece of property, I want to move my family out here. First, they got to do a DNA check, because you just looking white is not good enough for them. They need to make sure you're not a Jew, because the Jews can't stay out there. They don't want you out there if you're a Jew. And then let's just say, okay, it checks, you're not a Jew. They gonna have to do a background check to make sure you're not one of the alphabets. You definitely can't be no LGBTQIABCD. Of course not. You can't be that living out there with them amongst them good white folks. Okay, but you already know, just more than anything, you damn sure can't be a ninja. Hey, you can't be a ninja out there. Nope. So yeah, y'all, they still going, they still thriving, and we want them to be out there. Okay, because I tell you right now, I don't want your dog face ass living next to me. No, I want to come home in peace, okay, and not see your face. Okay? And I'm sure you don't want to see mine, and that's cool. I'm cool with that.
Like they're gonna notice that it's failing whenever Becky's trying to make burrito tacos. Them folks ain't even make it 2 months without there being talks of them actually failing as a community, bro. I feel like Paul Atreides, Bleeds and I got Eve type shit. Oh, that shit is nuts, bro. And I haven't seen anything that like concretely says that it's failed. You know what I mean? But I can infer what they're going through. Because if you look at how the farmers in Arkansas are dealing with the Trump administration, the Trump regime, you know, them farmers are struggling, and I'm assuming that them folks down there are struggling even more than the farmers. You know, because it's really funny, bruh. It's really funny because I had a whole bunch of white folks in my comments talking about we don't need y'all, we don't need coloreds, we don't need the blacks, you know. When it's obvious that you do, you know, like a lot of the labor and a lot of the materials that y'all need in order to survive come from color folks, come from people of color. You know what I mean? So I'm just do a little victory lap type shit, you know. But I was right, goddammit.
Whites only community. Only white people are gonna be allowed. Oh, probably shouldn't listen to that. So only white people are gonna be allowed. What do you mean people aren't mad about that? Okay, but they're supposed to get really mad about it. Well, how about not just only whites, but no Jews either? We want whites only that are non-Jews. And we have the best attorney. Nobody's suing us over this? What do you mean nobody cares? Just laughing? No, Arkansas, the great state of northern Arkansas, who doesn't want to come to this community of ours? No one wants to come to Arkansas. The real estate agent told us everyone wanted that piece of property. Okay, well, so we'll just start in Arkansas, then we're gonna move to Missouri. Missouri's even prettier. Still nobody, how about I say it louder? Whites only community. We're gonna broadcast it, let everyone know, only whites, non-Jewish. How segregated can we get this? Still no. Okay, so we'll call this whole thing Return to the Land. Does that make people mad? It does, because it's funny coming from white people returning to a land that was never theirs. Okay, so we'll call it Return to the Land. We'll start in Arkansas, expand to Missouri. What if we say we're going to go into all 50 states? Does that make people mad? They're still ignoring us. How is the top liked comment, no one gives a shit? Okay, well, we need to set up some interviews. The second most liked comment is Good Riddance Whiteys. Okay, now I'm offended. We need to get this on national news because we want people pissed off, because that's the only way we can feel anything emotionally. You know, who's gonna build our homes? What about the Mexican restaurants? Who's gonna open and run those? I don't know if we thought this all the way through.
So I'm scrolling through the mean streets of TikTok and Twitter, and I'm minding my business, minding y'all business, right? But minding my business, you know what I'm saying? I'm minding y'all business, but I'm not making too much noise because I'm in somebody else's business, if that makes sense. And out of nowhere, the type of conversation comes up about the all whites town in Arkansas. And I'm like, oh shit, let me lock the fuck in, because I know the farmers in Arkansas are struggling right now. They're having a hard time. And I literally just said last week that they have yet to put two and two together, that they have been basically used as a sacrifice. And where I got that from was the fact that, I'm not sure if you guys noticed, but like Bush, Barbara, and J.W. Bush or G.W. Bush, right? They own a farm and they're making billions annually off this farm. Now, word on the curb is the way that they acquired the farm was nefarious, or it may be some other things going on in terms of the sale of said farm. So I'm like, okay, like I see the setup, I see what's going on. And immediately after I found out that both Google, or the owners of Google, that basically Bill Gates and JD Vance had something to do with like what's going on in Arkansas with the farmers losing everything and all the recent self-deletions of the farmers that was like whining and complaining because they going into bankruptcy, I know for a fact it's some shit jumping off in Arkansas. So that's not too far away from what has been happening with the new all whites town in Arkansas. Girl, tell me why. Y'all not gonna believe this. The all whites town in Arkansas ain't been open for a whole year. They already got to move. I said, damn, already? No. Where? So they was like, yeah, girl, they broke. Turns out they never realized that the majority of the shit that they use on a daily basis was actually created by black folk. And a lot of the conveniences that they have in their life was created by people of color, black people included. So now that Arkansas is struggling in a farming sector, that was the foundation in which they was going to be living and building off of. They was just going to farm. And that's how they was going to get their money. And they was going to farm. They was going to take it to the local shops. They was going to sell it. And that was going to help them keep the shit alive. But since the farming sector in Arkansas is trash right now, they got to pick up and they got to move to Missouri. Girl, the all-white town has already failed. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you. Because what kind of destiny was you trying to manifest? Even the manifest destiny that they spoke about in the doctrines in the United States, even that destiny that they spoke of, that they tried to manifest, baby, that destiny was manifested off the backs of everybody else's ancestors, not yours. And on top of that, to boot that, your ancestors used to marry children away at the age as young as 9 years old to be a wife. 9. You heard that correctly. Now, I did see the reports in which they were speaking about how their kids can grow up in a safe environment. Baby, the call is coming from inside of the house. And not only are your kids not in a safe environment, now y'all got to pick up all your shit, pick it up, and move y'all Caucasian haven to Missouri. Missouri. It's cold as hell in Missouri. And judging by the farming sector and the way things are going with those billionaires seeking to swipe up all the farms nationally from a bunch of farmers, baby, you may end up being nomadic. You may end up being nomadic. You may have to go from state to state, time to time. That's a cult. And when things are shaky like that, when they can't seem to stabilize the financial aspects of it, that's how you know you in a cult. When they gotta pick you up and move you everywhere, and they gotta keep reiterating the ideology and why you're doing this and this, that, and that's a cult. You're in a cult. That's a cult. And give it a little bit of time. But they will definitely be running up. The men in that community they will be running up into your nursery. They will be running up into your cradles because they don't want you. I mean, they'll take you, just a little quick pump, a little 1-2, but they want them babies. They want them babies. So, congratulations, you're in a cult. Everything that I've heard about this all-white town in Arkansas screams cult. Screams cult. And you guys have created an all-white town, but there's no Taco Tuesday. That alone would have, if I was white, that alone would have sent me over the edge. That alone would have been like, I'm out. Fuck that. Nope. I need my margaritas and my nachos. I need all that. Like, no. I want to see a little man in a poncho and a sombrero. I want to hear him singing traditionally Mexican songs. I need my Taco Tuesday. It's like the only thing keeping me sane right now. Okay? So, I'm out. I'm sorry. I'm out. I don't want to do this with you guys. And they done already ran out of money already. They can't, no Taco Tuesday. And y'all ain't got no money. And y'all gotta move to Missouri out of all places. Chill.
So, the white-only town in Arkansas has now failed. Yeah, because don't y'all know y'all built everything off the backs of us? It's your boy Youngstar 63 Fat Jared the DJ. I need you to like, comment, follow, share, and get into this because I'm just really confused. Who did y'all think was gonna do the work? Y'all don't be doing shit. Yes, you remember that big story back in last year when they had a whole whites only town that was being promoted for white people to come use as a utopia in Arkansas? Yeah, failed. They're doing bad. They're going broke. Not doing well socially. They're failing. I just don't know what they expected to happen because y'all literally didn't build this one. So what'd you think you was going to build one over there? I'm actually kind of shocked though, because if y'all knew how to colonize before, y'all are descendants of colonizers. Y'all should be very, very profound at colonizing. Y'all don't be talking generation to generation. See, they didn't pass down their knowledge about how to do what y'all do. But see, they did for us. See, we come from the descendants of oppressed people, and what we do know how to do is fight back. So I don't know why y'all don't know how to colonize. I thought this would just be a 1, 2, 3 for y'all. Like, just set everything all up. You know, grocery stores with no seasoning aisles, Starbucks everywhere, no 2K or Madden tournaments, FIFA, Grand Theft Auto, and Fortnite only. Like, I thought y'all would just be happy and in the wind over there. But apparently, y'all are failing. And good for your asses. How y'all feel about it?
A win is a win. A win is a win. I don't care what y'all say. A win is a win.
They were going to build an all-white town, and it failed. Of course it did, because what are you going to use in your all-white town that wasn't made by a black person? I just want to know. What invention you plan on using in your all-white town that is not part of modern-day technology? You can't even have a stoplight. Whites decided that they were going to build an all-white town, and it failed. Of course it did, because what are you going to use in your all-white town that wasn't made by a...
Like, seriously, lovelies. I was just laying down on my bed last night and this just pop up. I don't even know why I didn't see it for the first time. Like, I was wondering, like, what is happening? And it happens that the white only town in Arkansas, which was supposed to be the envy of all other minority groups, is fading or have already failed. How can something that barely started fail just like that? Just like that. This town is not even up to a month and is already fading. Like, seriously, lovelies. I don't know if if you guys still remember. There's this video I did about Arkansas and White Ole Town where this man decided that he was going to go somewhere, get some acres of land, then try to, like, he took his family over there and they started off what they call white only. You are gonna be admitted if only you can prove that you are white without any means of thing. Like, they don't want black people there, they don't want Hispanic people there, they don't want Asian people, like, they don't want any form of minority group there. They just want it white only, you know. And I think you have to go for a series of applications, and before you know it, when they actually made this white only town public, they were inviting any ray and cis person that is so interested to be in an environment without getting to do with other minority groups to come apply. You have to go through screening. And not only did they open this, they decided that they were also going to look for funds. I think there was a time I stitched a video about them asking for government assistance. Like, how does this people even think that in 2025, my bad, that what happened those days was going to progress this day? Like, what even made them think that they were going to succeed on their own? No matter what, in this whole world, we all need each other to strive. That is just the truth. We all need each other to strive. But what do they say? They say that Ray and Sis is very expensive. Ray and Sis is very, very expensive. When I heard about this white only town, I was so happy for them. Like, truly, even though they were all over the social platform claiming that people that looks like me are upset. Like, upset with what? Nobody want to deal with Ray and Sis people. It's better that Ray and Sis people actually have their own town. People were happy for them. People that looks like me were very happy for them. That at least we won't have any form of racist people in the society anymore. They have their own town where they can go do whatsoever they want to do there. Even though they claim that people that looks like me were upset, which I have searched for so many stitches of people that looks like me getting upset, which I didn't see. And now these people decided to have this white only. They started, looking for a government assistant, which I don't know if it came or not. But right about now, we're just going through my For You page, and I saw that the white only town that have not even been in place for less than 6 months is fading or has already fallen. Like, lovelies, you have to really go make more research on your own. I want to be very, very 100%, because this white only town, paved way, like it's all about the social platform. It was something, you know, like something new. They were so happy about that. They were showing us how they were living their life, how they have their own church, how they grow their own food. And what happened? Why did it fail? Why did it fail? Like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What I can just do, the only thing I can do is just to smile. I'm not laughing that it failed, because I wanted this for them. It's better to have majority of the racist people packed in somewhere in some town that is called white only than to deal with them in a society. You know? Failing, oh my god, I wish they never failed. I actually wish that they could have succeeded and created their own thing, so that the world can actually be a better place. The world can be people can have fresh air and breathe. But oh, it's so unfortunate that it's failing. It failed on arrival. Like, how convenient. How can something that have not even been put in place, like it has not stand on a ground, on a foundation, start failing? What is it that they did so wrong? Because I wanted this to work out for them. I wanted it to work out for them. They really need to look for how to put things in place. You know? Like, anyway, lovelies, why not just leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We are just here for educational and informative purposes. So, lovelies, if you've not subscribed to this channel, do your girl a huge favor to click on the subscription button, like, and I will see you, lovelies, when I upload the next one. Your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video. Please do not forget that we do not, support any form of bullying and harassment. We're just here for educational and informative purposes. So please share this video, subscribe, leave a thought, and I will see you, lovelies, when I upload the next one.